Hi guys, and welcome to another video. I'm wearing my Boy Genius t-shirt today, repping the merch, got to do that. And today we are doing the August TBR video. I know, I feel like it's been a while since I've seen you guys, since I've recorded a video. And that's because I was trying to fix some editing software issues with a previous video that I was going to upload, and that never ended up happening because of the software issues. I'm still looking for a really good piece of video editing software. The one I've got right now just isn't cracking it. So if anyone knows any pieces of video editing software that are really good, leave them down below because your girl needs some recs. Speaking of recs, let's get in to the August TBR. Now, I have been really excited to read a lot of these books. I've been feeling like it's going to be a really good reading month. I feel like good things are coming this month. I had 2 5-stars for the first time since Easter this month in July, so I'm hoping that streak continues. I think it will. And yeah, I'm just really looking forward to a month that I hope is going to be full of 5 stars. Based off the books I've picked, it should be 5 stars, and also just a summer of summery books, because here in the UK, summer isn't exactly hitting like it should be, like it normally is right now, so I feel like I need some summery books to up my mood a little bit. And again, I've picked ones that I am genuinely excited to read, and ones that I know you guys will be excited that I'm reading. So yeah, let's just get into the video. So first off, we have Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. Now, I have seen this book everywhere over social media. I've seen it on Book Talk, Instagram, TikTok. You can't escape it. And I'm hoping that that means I'll love it because, given past experience, if everyone loves a book, I will probably love it too. We've had that with Happy Place and Picking Daisies on Sundays and so many other books. So I'm really, really hoping that I will adore this. And I'm really excited for it because not only is it a summery romance, but it's also got like some really intricate plot lines that you can see from the back of the book. And I think those will be really, really, really interesting to explore. She's a travelling nurse, I believe, and they end up dating because they've both realised that every person they've ever dated finds their soulmate after breaking up with them. So they both decide to sort of counteract the curse by dating each other and then thinking they'll find their soulmates afterwards. And then he has to end up taking custody of his siblings. So yeah, it just feels like there's so much going on and I'm so excited for it. Like, it just sounds so interesting and deep, and I feel like it's going to be full of emotion and love and just summer, you know? And none of that was a spoiler because it is all on the back of the book. So I'm really looking forward to getting to this one, Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. Just to let you guys know as well, there is no particular reading order in this. I'm just going to read them when I want to, as long as I read them in August. We have Book Lovers next, which I also got for a really good price. Again, that's in the video where I talk about getting this one for a really good price, which will be up probably in the next week or so. So I will link that down below when it is up. But Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I read Happy Place this month. I know I'm late to the party, but I got it in about March and I was like, I have to wait for summer to read it. It just doesn't feel right to not read Happy Place in the summer. So I waited, and 5 stars. So instantly, and by instantly I do mean the very next day, I went to Waterstones and picked up another Emily Henry book. Of course I did. I'm really thinking about doing my own reading vlog on a lot of these books, like just a single book reading vlog. I find those quite nice to watch. They're nice and short, they're really cozy, so I think I'm going to be doing a lot of those. Obviously there'll be other videos too, it's not all just going to be single book reading vlogs, but I think I'll be doing more of those in the future. So yeah, I'm very excited for this one. It's quite different from Happy Place. I know they both work in a city and they're both quite cutthroat people in their career in the publishing ladder. And I know that her sister, due to her unfortunate dating life, her sister then pulls her out of the city to this vacation, sort of like, I don't want to say countryside place, I guess countryside place called Sunshine Falls, and hopes that she'll relax, find a soulmate, etc., etc. But she only ends up bumping into her co worker, who works in the city and is also cutthroat in the career. And that just sounds so fun. I feel like it would be really interesting to see how these people react when their usual sort of environments have been taken away from them. And I really, really can't wait. I feel like it's a little bit enemies to lovers, but I don't know, like, enemies always sounds a bit too serious for me in a romance, but I guess that's what you'd call it. Emily Henry's writing is just always gorgeous, so I know it's going to be really, really good. Of course, I'm reading it in the summer, of course I am, and you better bet that as soon as I finish this, I will be picking up another one. Okay, should we move on? I don't want to let it go. I just want to keep holding it. We'll move on. So, the next book, sorry if I sound congested. By the way, I am recovering from a cold. So, if I sound a little bit funny, that would be why. But the next book is Flawless by Elsie Silver. I feel like this video so far is just me picking up books, showing you guys, and them being really popular books that I haven't read yet. August is the month to do that, apparently. So, Flawless is a cowboy romance, which we all know I love because I read Done and Dusted and Swift and Saddled by Lila Sage about 2 months ago now, and I have not and will not stop talking about them. Literally, no. So, we all know that I love cowboy romances. So, I am very excited for this. Originally, I did buy the whole series in one, which I then regretted a little bit because I brought them without reading the backs, and then I read the backs and thought some of the books aren't really up my street based on plot lines and things like that. I am very excited for it. I feel like I've seen the hype and I'm just really, really, really excited for it. I don't want to know too much. I have been avoiding social media like the plague. Literally, any any Elsie Silver video that comes up on my V page, I'm scrolling past like that. Like that. Because I'm so scared that I'm gonna spoil something for myself. Like, I should count the books then, sorry. I was like looking at my shelf and counting them. There's 5 books, and I wanna enjoy every single one as much as I can. So we're going to start with Flawless. I feel like summer is the time to read these kind of books, so I don't feel bad about waiting. I feel like I've read it, well, I'm going to read it at the perfect time. So yeah, and we love a pink moment. We love a pink moment. You know that. The next book is Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. I actually got this in the charity shop this time last year actually, and I never ended up reading it last summer, and I got it for like 50p, so it was a great bargain. It has been read, but it's literally in pristine condition, like apart from a cracked spine, you wouldn't even think it's been touched. And I know this has been another popular book for years now actually. She's released 2 more books that everyone is talking about, and I actually haven't even read the first. I know. But I will be doing it this month, this August. I will be doing it. I promise. I promise. I feel like August is my hit list of popular books that I need to read and haven't, and I feel like it's going to be successful. But this book, first off, her name's Persephone, which, as a Greek mythology nerd, I love that. I love that. But yeah, so her name's Persephone. But she's called Percy for short, which I also love. Love the name. So Percy and Sam spend their summers in this particular place for 5 years, and then something goes wrong and they just stop. They don't do it anymore. She doesn't see him, and then a few years later she returns. Trigger warning here for sensitive subjects on grief and parental loss. I don't want anyone to be upset, so please just skip over this little section if you have to. Yeah, but anyway, and then Sam's mother sadly passes away and she returns to attend the funeral, and then they build up their relationship again. This is all on the back, so again, it's not any spoilers. Um, it sounds heartbreaking. It truly sounds like it's going to make me hysterically sob. I will be on the floor. The tears will not. No, mm-mm, mm-mm. It does. It truly sounds like a really sad, emotional read, but also probably true and sensitive to the subject it's writing about, as well as the love story that comes alongside that. I don't know why I did that. I actually like holding it in this hand. I also think it's a bit of a coming of age, but I might be wrong there. Obviously, I haven't read it. But I will let you guys know when I read it in August. But again, like, please be aware of the sensitive subjects in this book. I don't want anyone to read it and then get upset. That's not what I want to advocate for on this channel at all. I want to advocate for healthy and happy reading experiences, and the same goes for any book that I recommend or say that I'm going to read. Like, please look up the trigger warnings as well, because I know different things affect different people, and that's perfectly okay. But yeah, I will be reading this, and I really like as well the sort of like summer getaway setting. It's giving, I don't know why, but it's giving like if Outer Banks met The Summer I Turned Pretty. And when I read this, I will probably say that that's so far off, but that's what it's giving. So yes. Next one. So this next one is one that is also okay. All of the books are really popular, okay? Because I need to stop saying that this next one is popular. No, Amy, they all are. You're behind. Anyway, this one is Daisy Jones and the Six. I have read Malibu Rising and Evelyn Hugo, and I loved them. I truly did. Again, check all three, and maybe probably any of Taylor Jenkins Reid's books for the content in them, because they are quite dark and they have very sensitive subjects. So just check the content warnings before you pick up any of her books. But I have read Malibu Rising and Evelyn Hugo, and I loved them. I think I read them really quickly. I read them in like 2 or 3 days, which for me, who I have quite a busy schedule, is super fast. And I was like, I loved them. I did read them, like, I think I read Malibu Rising 2 years ago and Evelyn Hugo last year, but they might actually both be 2 years ago. They kind of blur. But I remember loving them, and I actually remember what happened in most of the books, so that just shows. But I never picked up Daisy Jones and the Six. I was just never really interested in the music band plotline, and then obviously it came out on Prime, and I watched every episode but the last. Don't know why. I was loving it. Hey, but that then kind of put me off reading the book because I knew what was going to happen. But now that it's been about a year since then, I feel like I've forgotten a lot of it. So I can sort of go into Daisy Jones with a bit more of a clear head. And I really like actually the sort of radio, broadcast, podcast sort of style that it's set as. I think it makes it quite an easy read, which for summer, I just prefer easy reads in the summer. Like, give me the hardcore classics in the winter, and even then I'll only read like one. But give me the hardcore books in the winter, give me the easy, happy, chill ones in the summer. So yeah, I love the vibe. I am now gonna like picture every single character as the actor that played them, but that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. But yeah, just last but not least, I again brought this book last summer, and I actually brought it without knowing it was like one of the most popular booktube book talk books out there. I got it for £2.50 on a deal at the works. I only got it because I wanted another book. so I could get the £2.50, like the 3 of them for £6. And then I went home and I just saw it everywhere. And I was like, whoa, I didn't even know. But that is When in Rome. I have been cautious to read this again because of the like superstar setting. I just feel like that can be done badly in quite a lot of books. So I struggle to trust it. But given the hype in When in Rome and Daisy Jones and the Six, I feel like they must have been done well. So yeah. I am pretty interested in this book because she is called Amelia. So Amelia is a popular singer, as we've mentioned, and she's just struggling. She's having a hard time. And her favourite film is actually Roman Holiday. And that's one of my favourite films. It's a film from I think it might be the 50s or the 60s, and Audrey Hepburn stars in it as the main character. And it's about a princess who is on a embassy visit to Rome, and it's about a princess who is on an embassy visit to Rome, and she escapes for I think about a weekend, has this whirlwind romances, experiences real life when no one actually knows who she is, with no security, etc., and just really has a great time, a great experience, falls in love with the world in a different light, and it's just an amazing film. So I recommend it to everyone. But anyway, so that's her favourite film. So then she goes to the town of Rome in Kentucky. Instead of going to actual Rome, I mean, girl, you made your choice. But she meets the owner, I think, of a bakery. I'm gonna guess by the pies on the cover, and we can kind of guess what happens next. But that is all on the back again, so no spoilers here. Obviously, because I haven't even read it. But I feel like I'm in the mood now for a bakery romance. I've recently read Mixed Signals by B.K. Borison, and I loved that. And that was a bakery cozy romance. So I feel like that's then put me on track to read another one, which would be When in Rome. Also because I want to read the sequel, which I don't have. But if I like this, I will be getting the sequel because that just seems more up my street plot wise than When in Rome actually. But I'm not just reading When in Rome to get to the sequel. I am actually also interested in this, especially because my favourite film is mentioned. So yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. It's been a year, so I should be ready. After this TBR, it's just going to be books that have been on my shelf for a year, and then I'm going to read them, and I'm going to be like, why didn't I read this sooner? It will be. But that's fine. You read when you want to read, and that's perfectly fine. But yeah, so I'm very excited to read this one too. And that completes the August TBR. So I'm just going to get them all ready. We've got all of them here. Very sweet. Very colourful. I love the stack. I love how colourful it is. And I'm just really excited to get into this, get into a summer of summer reading, which hopefully the weather will also support that. Sorry if you can hear that, there's a plane going over my house right now. Hopefully the stack will support the summer vibes, summer weather, and just I'm gonna have a great time. I will be doing videos on some of these books, so keep your eyes peeled. Have a great rest of your day, my loves. Subscribe, like, comment, and I'll link my TikTok down below so you guys can also follow me on there. And I will see you again soon. Bye bye.